Hey, this is Pat, and today we are checking out the all-new Leatt 7.5 HydraDri Boots. Now, Leatt has been known as one of the top brands when it comes to protection for off-road, say armor, knee braces, and neck braces. They moved into making gear for off-road, even enduro, and they've since moved into the ADV segment, and the Leatt 7.5 HydraDri Boots are complementing that ADV line. So for all you adventure riders out there that are fans of Leatt, you might want to check out these 7.5s because, again, in my opinion, they go up against a lot of the top tier competition on the market, like the Forma Adventure boots and so on, some from CD. I think these Leatts are just up there on par with a lot of the features and protection, with a lot of creature comforts built in. But let's talk about the overall fit. Now, I measure my feet just about 10.5 on the US scale, 10.5 in a US size boot, and the size 10 in the Leatts fit me spot on. They don't come in any half sizes, so they range from 7 up to 13, but no half sizes in between them. But I found that the 10 fit my 10.5. So if you are between sizes, I would say go down. If you are closer to a, like say 11, 11.25, you should be just fine with the 11s. They fit very snug, slightly wide footbed, but nothing crazy or anything like that. Pretty typical for the US market. They come in 2 colorways. Obviously I have the brown here in front of me. They also come in all black, and they come in right around the $360 price point. But again, Leatt, if you're listening, I'd love to see some additional half sizes just to help people in between those sizes really round out the line on fitment. And if you are looking for something maybe with a little bit more protection, you can look at the Leatt 5.5 FlexLock boots. Those are their enduro and hardcore dirt riding boots. That'll give you a full ankle bracing system as well as some other features. But before I talk about that, let's talk about the 7.5s that I have here in front of me. So they are a Nubuck leather main construction, which has a great hand to it. I really like Nubuck. I think it ages well over time, and it really shows a pretty sweet patina throughout. I really dig it in this all brown and black version that I have here in front of me. A couple accents of suede, a little bit of TPR, some rubber reinforcements like at the shifter panel across the toe box, and then you have some hard TPU protection that I want to talk about. First off would be the 2 buckle systems that we have on here. It is a plastic buckle going into a metal connector, and it has a little bit of a protector here on the outside. You also get TPU up here at the shin for some shin protection. And the main one that I want to talk about is on the medial or medial side, or the interior side of the boots, and that is with their flex limiter system that they have here. As you can see, it's more, we call it like a knife blade system, where it's just a piece of TPU that tucks into a larger piece, helps protect it from a little bit of lateral protection. I will say, if you're looking for a really stable ankle, going up to their 5.5 flex locks is going to be one that uses, instead of flex limiter, they use flex lock. It really locks the ankle out from any lateral movement. It takes a good amount, but you can see the flexing coming down when moving these, so it has a nice easy protection on the medial side, but nothing on the lateral apart from a TPU puck underneath there. So just keep that in mind. But it is TPU, it is nice and streamlined so that when you're gripping the bike, it's not going to be uncomfortable, and you do have the suede gripper panel up at the top side, really just to help hone in on gripping the bike if you're wearing these, say, on the outside of an in-the-boot style pant. Taking a look further at the outside, like I said, you have those 2 buckles on there. One of my favorite features that Leatt has put on their 5.5 flex locks, which I've worn for years, that I think every brand should adopt should the patent come up, is the Velcro system that you actually have at the top side, and that's because it's a single directional Velcro. So if I put it on right here, it'll actually slide in one direction, but then lock and not slide back. And I love that feature. When you're really trying to hone in the fit or putting the boots on, it's really easy that you can put it on and then slide it into position. It's a single direction Velcro that holds really well. Again, I've had that on the 5.5s, and is by far my favorite feature that every brand out there, in my opinion, should adopt into their boots. Taking a look at the toe cap, I mentioned before it is TPR all the way around. Then you have a little bit of that vulcanized rubber sole peeking out onto the toe just for a little bit more resilience. It does have a nice lug style pattern to the rubber sole, and I will say more flex than we typically see in any off-road boots. I like that. It is a shank reinforced sole, but I do love that you get that in ADV boots. Typically riders running ADV might be walking around, checking out some sites, walking up the trails, or walking around a little bit more if you're, say, touring all day and doing some dirt roads at night. You get that additional walking around ability, which a lot of people like. So I do like, it's about a 6 out of 10 on the stiffness scale. If I had to measure it on there, you go up to their dirt boots, you're getting closer to a 10 out of 10 on the stiffness scale. But I do like the overall sole construction on this, and I love that it's a lug style pattern, just to make sure that your full protection and full grip on the trail is going to be there. If I open it up, you can see the gaiter goes up to about the bottom side of the Velcro up top. That is a HydraDri 20K waterproof liner. For those of you that don't know, 20K is a pretty decent waterproof rating and breathability, and they actually put that in the logo, which I admit I could do without. I don't like when any advertisements or tech stats are built into the style of the boot, but it's nice and hidden away up here, but it's gonna be a nice waterproof protection. It's gonna allow your feet to breathe, and it is a 3D mesh interior, so it's gonna help airflow move around, so it's not gonna be too hot on any hotter days or anything like that. And you have bellows at the Achilles, just to go ahead and match the bellows at the front for a little bit easier movement. And these aren't pops or reflective, but you do have a pull handle at the top that is going to be matched and reflective. So if you need it, you can go ahead and have that hang out for a little bit of pop or reflective, or you can tuck it away. It doesn't get too intrusive or anything like that. Again, one good shot of the clean interior. I really like that Leatt designed these boots. And again, at the $360 price point, I think they're going up against, say, the Forma Adventures, a few other CD options like the CD Adventures as well. There's quite a few ADV boots out there, especially ones that use the Adventure name in the title, that I like that Leatt is getting in the game, because I've seen them do well with their dirt boots, especially going up against brands like Alpine Stars and their Tech line and so on, like the Valparaisos. They're just making great gear, and I think Leatt is in the right place when they're looking at these boots. But if you have any other questions, go ahead and click the info button. That's going to take you over to the product page where you can read other rider reviews and see what other riders are saying about the new 7.5. So if you still have questions after that, or if you have questions on sizing, reach out to our customer service team. They're all riders, happy to help you get set up for your next ride. I want to thank you for joining me and checking out the all new Leatt 7.5 HydraDri boots. I'm Pat, and I'll see you in the next video.